It's the Big 12 and the ACC on ESPN Plus from the Kendrick Family Ballpark. Pitt and West Virginia, and baseball fans have been lined up for hours. Woo! Hi, friends, and a very pleasant good evening. Thank you for joining us. Tyler Barnett alongside. Amanda Mazey will also be joining us. So tonight we're going to feature Lorenzo and Gavin, right?
Lorenzo and Gavin. First, start off with Gavin Kelly. Injured himself on Saturday against Houston, attempting a bunt for a hit in the first inning of Saturday's matchup. You see that slide there, jams his left wrist. Went back into the game, tried to catch an inning, got moved to second base, and then eventually out of the game. Returns to the lineup for the first time since then today. The sophomore from Pittsburgh leads the team in doubles with 16 and is third in the conference with a 397 average. A versatile defender for West Virginia and one of the best hitters in the country. And speaking of one of the best hitters in the country, Lorenzo Carrier for Pitt leads the team with 14 home runs, which is good for 5th in the ACC, and 55 RBIs, which is good for 10th in the nation.
So pull up the chair and get ready for an over-the-back fence spat. A left-handed pitcher on the mound for West Virginia tonight. Mike Bell's starting lineup has 4 right-handed batters in it, including the number 2 hitter, shortstop Caden Doolin, who is on an 18-game hitting streak.
That left-handed pitcher is Bryson Thacker, making his first start for West Virginia this year. A steady piece out of the West Virginia bullpen. Only 2 times so far this year has he pitched more than an inning, but he'll get that task today, the starter for West Virginia.
And for the Mountaineers, Schoenfeld has started every game this year, mostly in center field. Guzman has started all 37, 20 of them at first base. And Einish has started every game at shortstop. Let's check in with, there's Mays, and then there's Mrs. Mays.
I'm the better one for sure, lady,
of
course.
No doubt about it.
Thank you so much. Well, both coaches have the same philosophy tonight when it comes to pitchers. Expect to see a lot of them. Big news for WVU. Max Yale will not be in the starting rotation this weekend for WVU. So Ian Korn will get the start for Yale. That means the bullpen will be that much thinner tonight for the Mountaineers. Bryson Thacker is getting the starting nod. And Sabe says says he expects to go through a lot of pitchers to get through tonight's game, but also to get them ready for this weekend. Coach Mike Bell is going with that D3 Grove City righty, David Leslie, and he doesn't expect Leslie to go long either. Both coaches basically are saying small innings and low pitch counts. Laney?
All right, Amanda, and we will tell you in a bit a story about how Ian Korn ended up coming to West Virginia, because there is a connection to that Pitt dugout. So here we go. The Pitt Panthers. What a packed house on a truly beautiful Tuesday night in West Virginia. Brian DeBroger is the home plate umpire. Jim Shalley, Matt Nieder, and Nate Caldwell are the base umpires. This is a veteran Pitt lineup, including the starting pitcher. Of the starting 10 for Mike Bell, 2 graduates, 2 grad students, 1 redshirt senior, 3 seniors, 2 redshirt juniors, 1 junior, and 1 sophomore. So the young kid on the block for this starting 10 for Pitt is the number 9 hitter and left fielder Julian Irizarry. And we open with a count of 2 balls and a strike for Nesser, hitting .326. Interesting story for AJ. He played for Pitt in 23, then went to UCF in 24, came back to the Panthers in 25, and here he is in 26. Two-two pitch. And foul back this way.
Almost got one in here.
We were commenting a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, that the time that I've had the opportunity to be in the booth for West Virginia baseball, have not had a foul ball come back this way. Fly ball to right. Guzman, 1 away. And now Doolin, 18-game hitting streak. I'm sure many West Virginia fans remember that earlier this year, Gavin Kelly had a 20-game hitting streak. And Doolin hitting .372 for the year. He's batting .450 in ACC games. Pitt is 7-11 in conference play. Doolin 9 home runs this year. That 18-game hitting streak for Doolin, and of the 18 games, 12 multi-hit games. In the count 3-1.
Leadoff strike, and then 3 straight balls from Thacker. And the last one a slider.
Shallow center, and Kelly sprints out to make the catch. You know, Bryson Thacker spent 24 and 25 at Tennessee. As you watch once again that top shelf play by Kelly. Pitt's third base coach Luke Bonfield was at Tennessee his last 6 years. And Lorenzo Carrier, 14 home runs, leads the team. Leads the club with 55 RBIs, leads the team with a 378 batting average. And no, I've never heard of Bear, Delaware before. Pitch in 0-2.
Some of the best batting practice that I've ever seen at this ballpark, too.
From Lorenzo?
Yes. I think only maybe 5 balls stayed in the ballpark the entire time.
One ball, 2 strikes. With nobody on and 2 down. Hopefully everybody's all right in that West Virginia dugout. That screamer into the grotto. Lorenzo Carrier, who earlier this year had an 8 RBI game against San Jose State. Rocketed skyward to left field and carrying, well, gone. 1-0 Pitt. As Carrier not only gets his 15th home run of the year, but his 31st home run as a Panther.
7-second hang time on that home run. 108 miles an hour off the bat. It's a no-doubter from Carrier.
Next to the third baseman, number 2, Kai Wagner.
Now Kai Wagner. Yeah, so as things come into focus here in the top of the first, a 1-0 Pitt lead. Line shot to the gap in left center field. Played on one bounce by Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld fires it back in. Back-to-back hits after 2 outs. Wagner, who came into the game with a 307 batting average, 7 home runs.
The second baseman, number 1, Trey Fenderson.
And now Trey Fenderson, who previously played ball at Presbyterian College, 340 average from Alabama. Ruled a swing. Fenderson 4 home runs, 35 RBIs. And Fenderson went 6 for 13 this past weekend against Virginia Tech. Sky Duff, first base coach.
See Wagner leaning just a little bit. Careful with that lefty move. Thacker does a very good job of getting to that 45.
This time, Wagner able to step back safely.
After the close one, you kind of shorten your lead up a little bit. Just 1-2 steps off. Nothing crazy. My rule with leadoffs was only get as far as you can just fall back. Then you're pretty safe.
Is that for that?
That's just for me.
That's for you because
anybody,
you were slow,
yes, anybody athletic, you can get a little bit more. But me, my reaction time, very slow.
Line shot caught by shortstop Einish. So in the top of the first inning, 1 run on 2 hits. The home run by Carrier, putting the Panthers up on the Mountaineers 1-0. missed one start. Brody Kresser had been out for, he missed about a week of action. Kresser first base today with Guzman in right field.
On the mound for Pitt, grad student David Leslie. And Leslie, last outing was at Virginia Tech on Friday night. He pitched 1/3 of an inning, gave up 3 hits, 4 runs, all of those earned, 3 walks, only had 1 strikeout.
And defensively for the Panthers, Carrier started all 39 games, 37 of the 39 in right field. Fenderson starting all 39 games at second base. Wagner all 39 games started at third base, and Pisacreta has started 39 games, 27 of them behind the plate.
Leading off for the Mountaineers, the center fielder, number 6, Marshall Bell.
With David Leslie from Butler, Pennsylvania, Creed Erdos, who's a catcher on the West Virginia team, he's also from Butler. First pitch of the bottom of the first inning, Schoenfeld hitting .368, 2 home runs, 32 RBIs. Schoenfeld elevated to the leadoff spot of the batting order for that 3rd game on Sunday against Houston. Line to center. Nestler makes the catch, 1 away. Schoenfeld coming in with a .368 batting average. And now Pittsburgher Gavin Kelly. Kelly, by the way, went to Central Catholic, and for a good bit of his life he lived in the Bridgeville area, but told me several weeks ago those folks have moved up to Cranberry Township, and I met Gavin's dad after one of the Houston games. So here are 2 baseball players from about now. They're about from the same neck of the woods. You've got Butler and Cranberry just a little bit south of that Butler-Allegheny County line. Fenderson. And quickly 2 out. Kelly coming into the game with a team-leading .397 batting average. And Sean Smith. 1-0 Pitt. These two schools have been playing each other since 1939. I mean, that takes you all the way back to when Franklin Roosevelt was president.
And back whenever you first got started.
That's when I first started with the ticker tape broadcast, right? And the count 0-2. (122-93). A couple of years ago, these teams played at PNC Park, game in which Grant Hussey hit 2 home runs. And that day, he took over sole possession of first place on the all-time West Virginia home run list. Mike Bell, 8th year as the head coach of the Panthers. We'll be talking to Mike Bell, top of the 4th inning. Steve Saban's top of the 5th.
Sean Smith fell behind 0-2, but has seen a lot of pitches. Only 4 pitches coming into Sean Smith at bat. 8 now for Leslie. 9.
Leslie's 2 wins this year. He beat the University of North Carolina Greensboro in late February. And then the win at San Jose State. That was the game the Carrier had the 8 RBIs. And Leslie won the ball game 20-1. It was a 7-inning game. Smith, who was batting .176 back on March 6th, is now hitting .331. Nobody on, 2 down, 1-0 Pitt, bottom of the first inning.
Your job, if the 2 guys in front of you get quick outs in the inning, is to see a lot of pitches, and Sean Smith is doing just that. Got down 0-2, so he's had to foul everything close off. Fouls another one off. So Sean Smith doing his job, doing his part.
Count is 1-2. Scoreboard had it at 2-2. We've got it right. And the strikeout of Smith ends the bottom of the first at the end of 1. Pitt 1, West Virginia 0. Slams for Pitt this year. Barron's got 2, and then 1 apiece for Deerdorf, Pisacreta, Carrier, Cook, and Doolin.
Then with Carrier's home run, Carrier moves up into a tie for 2nd place in the ACC with 15 home runs, alongside Clemson's Jacob Jarrell. So climbing the list all over for this Pitt offense.
Here's Barron. Barron's 2 grand slams this year, 1 against Mercyhurst, 1 against Bucknell. .346 average, 6 home runs, 31 RBIs. Right field, Guzman. So early going, and granted it's just Thacker against 6 batters, but every one of the 6 hit the ball in the air.
Brings up the catcher, number 18, Sebastian Pisacreta.
Pisacreta's grand slam was against Ohio. Sebastian, .279 average, 10 home runs, 20 RBIs. One nothing Pitt. These 2 schools met twice last year. And the first one early April here in Morgantown. West Virginia won 11-1. But then the second game at Pitt, the Panthers prevailed 10-9, with Pitt scoring 5 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning of that game. And the count 2-2. Bryson Thacker, Ken and Lena's son. Left-hander from Rome, Georgia. That's a bit northwest of Atlanta. And a full count. Foul ball. The Panthers 7-11 in the ACC and currently tied for 10th place. Tied with Louisville and Stanford, with Georgia Tech leading the ACC. Fly ball to left field. Home run, 3-2 pitch. It's Akrita's 11th of the year, and it is 2-0 Pitt.
Elevated fastball, not a whole lot of time that ball spent in the ballpark. Two Panther runs, 2 home runs.
Now we're going to have to double check this because Dominic Pasquale is the SID for Pitt, and according to his notes, the school record is 79. Season single home run record 79 set in 2022, and if that were the case, that means the record has been tied. Here's Deerdorf. .295 average, 8 home runs, 27 RBIs.
Pitt came into this game tied for 8th in the country in home runs, but with 79 now they climb to alone in 6th place in the country.
What you've got here is a club that's explosive offensively, yes, against a West Virginia team that has been a great deal successful this year because of pitching and defense.
Yep.
Ball 4. Amanda.
Well, I thought it would be fun to go down memory lane and ask some former Mountaineers their favorite memories of the backyard brawl. So I reached out to several players, and we'll have those throughout the broadcast. So first up, J.J. Weatherholt and Victor Scott. Vic said his favorite memory is homering twice against the Panthers, once at home and once at their crib, as he said. That home run took place here, May 10th, 2022, a 3-run blast. For J.J., it's simple, hearing Sweet Caroline. Of course, J.J. and Vic are both now with the St. Louis Cardinals. They'll be in town next week playing the Pirates at PNC Park, a place where the Mountaineers are a perfect 4-0 against Pitt when the backyard brawl was played there. Good memories.
All right, Amanda, thank you. Throw to first base. Deerdorf 1 stolen base this year. When the Panthers, speaking of J.J. Weatherholt, when the Panthers, and they hit batsman. So after 1 out of the inning, home run, solo home run, walked and hit batsman. So 2 men aboard go to the top of the order. The Panthers and the Mountaineers played at PNC Park in 2022, and West Virginia won 3-2 in 11 innings, and it was J.J. Weatherholt who singled in the decisive run in the top of the 11th inning. And it was a game that West Virginia had 14 stolen bases in the 3-2 11-inning victory.
"36 pitches already for Bryson Thacker, and that is now his longest outing of the year. The longest prior to that is 34 at Kennesaw State back on March 1st, where he threw an inning and a third. Sitting at an inning and a third now at 36 pitches. So typically a relief guy that doesn't see a whole lot of the other team's lineup now, one time through the Pitt lineup.
2-0 Pitt. Ball one. Nestler, 7 RBI game against Youngstown State in March of 2025. One out, left field, and out of play. I would say this is a pretty decent turnout for tonight's game.
Yeah, pretty okay. Say not an empty seat in the house, but I don't think there's an empty place to stand in the house. I mean, they're even lining the hillside.
Randy Mazey a week or so ago talked about the plans when they built this ballpark, and they certainly did put it in a great place there.
Yeah, the WVU Medicine parking lot behind us is full too. They're starting to come down that berm.
Look at that.
There you go.
Uh-huh. Two men on. And the count 3-1. Home run by Pisacreta, making it 2-0 after Lorenzo Carrier homered in the first. And Deardoff walked. He's at second, and Irizarry, the runner, at first. This ball hit well to right field. 5-0 Pitt. A.J. Nestler, a 3-run homer, his 6th of the year.
Five runs scored for the Panthers, all of those by way of 3 home runs. Nestler, the first batter to see Bryson Thacker twice. Considering there's action in the bullpen, might be the only Panther batter to see Bryson Thacker twice.
Nestler, in his 3 years with Pitt, he now has a dozen home runs as a Panther, and a pitching change coming up here. So Thacker works an inning and a third and is charged with 5 runs.
Off the point-9 road, the Pittsburgh call today at 304-291-9087.
Just the second inning, and the Panthers lead the Mountaineers 5-0.
Oftentimes, patients come here because they've had pain for a long time and no one's been able to help them. You don't need to suffer in silence. We have the capabilities, training, and expertise to help you. We use a multidisciplinary approach and try to get you at the highest level of activity with the lowest level of pain. The WVU Medicine Center for Integrative Pain Management is your one-stop shop for pain treatment.
Hi, we're WVU. You probably know us for screaming. And yeah, we're pretty good at it. But here, it's more than a chant. It's our celebration of innovation.
Let's go.
Our rallying cry for community.
Let's go!
And honestly, it's just our way of life. So whether you're chasing big dreams or just chasing sunsets,
Let's go!
New pitcher on for West Virginia, Yoke.
That is Bryant Yoke, yes, the sophomore from Big Bend, West Virginia. Another one of those guys solely out of the bullpen for West Virginia, making his 9th appearance, 9 flat ERA in those 7 innings.
And partner Tyler Barnett went over to check with Dominic Pasquale. Dominic Pasquale. What'd you find out about the Pitt record?
Well, that home run by A.J. Nessler broke the Pitt season home run record.
That's it now.
That's it.
80.
80 and counting.
All right, Amanda.
Well, Coach Bell and his staff made a conscious effort to really bolster this offense this year, and it's paid off. They are 9th in the nation in averaging 9.3 runs per game and 8th in the nation in home runs. I think we've seen out on display in this game. He just wanted to get guys who could do damage in damage counts, and he wanted to make sure they lengthened their lineup. He said he just feels like college baseball overall is getting more offensive. Maybe it's the draft taking more pitchers. You also have older guys in lineups, but it seems to be working well for Bell in this game and all season so far.
Well, we've had conversations, quite a few of them. Tyler and I have discussed how just the Big 12 numbers, the average number of runs scored in Big 12 games, 15 total runs, with the winning teams averaging 10 runs a game. That goes along with what Amanda's saying relating to the offenses of teams. What are your thoughts about the fact that she's saying offense, or she's hearing that the offensive numbers are up because of good pitchers being drafted?
Pitchers being drafted. The draft shortened since 2020, less rounds, so you see more of a priority on those young arms. Not as many high school kids coming out as in the past, because you used to be able to take a lot of those guys early, but now it's solid college arms being drafted.
You know what I'm thinking today, that with David Leslie pitching for Pitt, Leslie previously played at Grove City, Division III. Has to remind a lot of folks of Mason Miller,
yes,
who played Division III at Waynesburg, and now is in the major leagues with Oakland.
Yeah, one of the best closers in baseball. And I read a report the other day about how there are so many more pitchers in Major League Baseball throwing in the triple digits. You've got Mason Miller is one of them, 104 miles an hour. So, these arms that are being taken out of college baseball, drafted into the major leagues, they're still developing these arms, and their velocities are climbing, and it's making Major League Baseball more defensive.
And the blooper in the right center field. So Lorenzo Carriers hit one over the left field wall and has blooped one into right center field.
93 miles an hour in on the hands. But Carrier strong enough, gets that over the infield.
Brings up number 2, Kai Wagner.
And now Wagner singled his first time up. For Kai, a 6 RBI game against Georgia Tech in March of this year. Previously played at Northern Colorado and Utah. Well, it's 5-0 Pitt. Count 2 balls, no strikes. Wagner, the 8th batter of the inning. So talking about the Pitt record for most home runs in a season, it's at 80, and we're only at April 21st. Compare that with West Virginia's home run total of 26.
Yeah, Pitt still has 4 more conference weekends and probably, I would guess, 2 midweek games, not looking at the schedule. So there you've got another 14 games that number could climb. So 3 more midweeks.
You know, and let me just follow up giving you these numbers. You've got one team with 80 home runs. It currently is in 10th place in its conference. And then you've got a team, West Virginia, 26 home runs, that is in 2nd place in the Big 12. And ball 4. So we will see a 9th Pitt batter in the inning.
Next hitter for Pitt, number 1, Trey Fenderson.
Fenderson lined out his first time up. Top of the 2nd inning, 5-0 Pitt Panthers. Poor Bryson Thacker comes into the game with a .312 earned run average, and it takes a beating. 5 runs allowed, an inning and a third. And 2-0.
Are you going to do the math?
No, I was going to let you just, I'll let you just look at that little
contraption
pad you had.
Well,
there.
we can't. I don't. Well, right now it's sitting at 720.
Fly ball, right field line. And Guzman gave it everything he had, but couldn't make the catch. Great effort by Armani.
Shows you how much West Virginia wants to get out of the top half of the 2nd. Already a big number on the board. And West Virginia's going to have to try to climb back into this game. West Virginia, not a team that hits a whole lot of home runs, so needs to get back into this game. Tie a lot of singles and doubles together.
And the count 2-2. The inning started with Barron flying out, and then Pisacreta solo home run, then a 3-run homer by Nessler. Carrier solo home run in the 1st inning. Full count, which will allow the runners to break on the next pitch. Runners going. Ball 4. The ball rolls away towards the Pitt dugout. And Gravelin able to get to it before the ball went into the dugout. And the bases are loaded.
And Gravelin getting to it just in time. The top step of the Pitt dugout is still in play, but as soon as it goes over top of that first step, it becomes a dead ball.
And it should still be one base.
It's one base,
yeah,
from
one
the
base
point of the pitch, right.
Well, here's Barron's 2nd at bat of the inning. Texan, Austin, Texas. And batting, oh boy, this is scary. You've got a Pitt team that's hit 7 grand slams this year, and Barron's hit 2 of them. Time called. Sabins is out.
still trying to find how many home runs West Virginia has given up on the year. I remember that they were one of the lower teams in the Big 12. Not going to be anymore.
And we should point out that we've been told that the run rule is in effect. There have been some non-conference games this year where West Virginia has not had the two teams involved, one being West Virginia deciding not to have it in effect, but it is tonight. So with David Hagan coming on, we'll be back in a moment.
Our kids are growing and growing and growing. But growing up doesn't always come easy. So we'll grow with them. Grow our skills, grow our reach, until all our kids get to grow up healthy. Growing up doesn't stop, not for one moment. And neither do we.
The NCAA, driving change to do more for today's student athletes. The NCAA programs deliver $4 billion in scholarships every year. Those D1 scholarships are now guaranteed. Health and well-being services are mandatory. Student athletes get tutoring as well as financial literacy coaching because almost everyone is going pro in something other than sports. The NCAA, driving change to do more for today's student athletes.
David Hagan on to pitch for West Virginia, the sophomore from Loveland, Ohio. Typical midweek starter for West Virginia outside of a couple of weekend series where he's got some innings early in the season. Georgia Southern, Liberty, Kennesaw State. He has started every midweek contest for West Virginia aside from this Pitt game.
A year ago, West Virginia and Pitt played here in Morgantown. West Virginia won 11-1, and that game was shortened to 8 innings. David Hagan started that game. So it's Hagan against Barron, and Hagan inherits a 1-ball, no-strike count. Runner at third, Lorenzo. Wagner at second. And Fenderson at first. I've mentioned a number of times that Pitt has hit 7 grand slams this year. West Virginia has 4. And now 3-0. There have been 2 home runs in this inning, a single, 3 walks, and a hit batsman. And a bases loaded walk makes it 6-0. Carrier saunters home. Pisacreta's got a chance to hit a second home run in this inning. By the way, Pisacreta in May of last year hit 2 home runs in a game at Wake Forest. He was thinking long ball there.
90-mile-an-hour fastball around in the outer half.
Chasing, count 1-2.
Both of those swinging strikes. Fastballs outside. Maybe a breaking ball down and away here. We've got a pitch to play with.
Ball bouncing back to the padding. 7-0, the ball bouncing past pitcher Hagan that allows Fenderson to score behind Wagner. 8-0 Pitt.
There's a slider down and away, but just completely out of the reach of Gravelin. All the way to the backstop, and then another run comes around to score.
And Barron ended up at second base after the chaos was eliminated. A 7-run top of the second for the Panthers. There's strike 3, and there is out number 3. But Pitt scores 7 runs on 3 hits. And it is the Royal Blue and Gold 8, the old Gold and Blue nothing.
You might think occupational therapy is something to do with getting you back to work, but it's actually so much more than that. We give people back their independence. We break down their daily life. What's meaningful to you? What do you feel has been taken? And what can we do to help make you feel more independent? When a patient tells me that they did this one thing that they weren't able to do, knowing that you gave them the tools to succeed is really rewarding.
The air feels different on fall Saturdays in West Virginia. Familiar roads lead us on early morning drives to a place where we feel alive. And traditions bring together a fierce fan base, united by the same passion: West Virginia football. As West Virginia's bank, we've been there, and we'll continue to be there. United Bank, proud to be united with the Mountaineers.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
So the Mountaineers are down 8-0, ready for the bottom of the second inning. 8 runs, 5 hits for Pitt.
Number 17, Matt
Einish in the number 4 spot of the batting order again. Even with Gavin Kelly in the starting lineup. And the first hit of the game for West Virginia. Einish coming in with a .324 batting average. You know what's interesting about Steve Saban's batting order is that it is almost exactly, the 1 through 9 is almost exactly in line with how the hitters stack up in batting average. Kelly's number 1 hitting second. Schoenfeld number 2 hitting number 1. Sean Smith is 3rd on the team in batting average. He's batting 3rd. Einish is 4th on the team in batting average. He's hitting 4th. Hall's number 5 on the batting average list, and he's batting 5th. Kresser's number 6. He's batting 6th. Guzman's number 8. He's batting 7th. Gravelin's number 7 on the batting average list, and he's hitting 8th. And Will's 9th on the list, batting 9th.
Maybe that was the thought that went into it when we asked him on Sunday. It's like, any thought in the lineup? He said, no, it's just what we came up with today. We had thought that maybe he just put names in a hat and drew them out. Maybe that was what he had in mind. Just go down the down the stat sheet and just start writing names.
Third baseman Wagner out at second, safe at first. You know, it wouldn't have been surprising if Wagner had decided with the 8-0 lead, I'll just take the out at first. But despite the rather, well, not unusual, but a little bit different angle for the throw here to second.
It's a very tough throw. It's a very tough throw because naturally that throw is going to tail away. So you've really got to get turned to make that cross body throw and get that out at second. But great decision, great throw, great play.
And now Kresser hitting .292. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the second, 8-0 Pitt. You know, David Leslie, who was from Butler, Pennsylvania, and played at Grove City. Clay Martin, who's the pitching coach of Pitt, played at Washington and Jefferson in the President's Athletic Conference, and also coached at Westminster. Strike called. Speaking of Washington and Jefferson, probably the best baseball facility in the President's Athletic Conference.
Yes.
It is located in Washington, Pennsylvania, next door to where the Washington Wild Things of Frontier League play. Line drive to short. And 2 outs. You know what's neat about, there's a lot of great things about announcing a Pitt-West Virginia game. You know, many times when you and I get together and it's West Virginia, Houston, or West Virginia, Texas, we talk about Western Pennsylvania, and it's almost like, do those people out there west
they don't understand.
They don't get it. But now you talk about some of the geography around here.
Like when we talked about Bridgeville the other day, and we talked about how that's the Autobahn of I-79. You know, nobody from Houston probably understood that.
Well,
all of everyone tuning in from Pittsburgh definitely gets that.
So David Leslie was called on to pitch to 6 before hearing Roy Rogers' theme song.
Gene Autry.
It'll be an inning and 2/3 for David Leslie.
Oftentimes, patients come here because they've had pain for a long time and no one's been able to help them. You don't need to suffer in silence. We have the capabilities, training, and expertise to help you. We use a multidisciplinary approach and try to get you at the highest level of activity with the lowest level of pain. The WVU Medicine Center for Integrative Pain Management is your one-stop shop for pain treatment.
Hi, we're WVU. You probably know us for screaming. And yeah, we're pretty good at it. But here, it's more than a chant. It's our celebration of innovation.
Let's go.
Our rallying cry for community.
Let's go!
And honestly, it's just our way of life. So whether you're chasing big dreams or just chasing sunsets.
Let's go!
Chase Cribble, the new pitcher for Pitt, the senior lefty from Chippenville, Pennsylvania. Third on the team in ERA with a 4.32 ERA. A loss on the year, 11 appearances, 13 hits across those 11 appearances. Batters hitting .351 against Cribble.
And previously at Florida Gulf Coast University down Fort Myers. So he'll be facing the left-hander Guzman.
So is Florida Gulf Coast, is that on the Atlantic coast?
No.
Or the other one?
On the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, the Gulf Coast.
Yes.
Got it. Makes sense now.
Fort Myers.
Yeah.
Come down Bradenton, Sarasota. What else? Then you get to Charlotte, Port Charlotte. I think Naples is south of Fort Myers. Okay. Spent a lot of time driving up and down that interstate. All right, Guzman hitting .282. Had a 5 for 12 weekend against Houston. Mike Bell, head coach, 8th year, leading the Pitt baseball program. Played at Florida State, pitcher, first baseman at Florida State. And Mike Bell's son grew up with the son of Rick Rennick. And I'm sure there are a number of baseball fans in Pittsburgh that remember Rick Rennick. He was a coach for Gene Lamont when Gene was the skipper of the Pirates. And Rick and his wife Libby lived down in the Sarasota area. Really great guy, and unfortunately a couple of months ago Rick Rennick passed away. It's been a litany of Pirate losses this year with Rick Rennick and Dave Justy and Elroy Face and Bill Mazeroski. 3-1 on Guzman. Base on balls, 2 men on. Tyler, when you're down 8-0, how much do you have to sit back and force the opposition pitcher to throw strikes?
A lot. You want to see your zone has to shrink. You know, whenever you get 2 strikes, yeah, you have to protect, but your zone has to shrink. You have to try to draw free bases any way you can. Any ball that you get, you have to be able to hit that hard. So you don't want to swing at anything that you can't hit hard. I mean, you saw Pitt climb their lead up to 8-7 in the second inning, and most of those by way of the home run, of the long ball. So that's one way to jump back into a game, but extra base hits is really what you need.
But let's say that you were catching and you had a pitcher that threw 4 different pitches, okay?
Yes.
But with an 8-0 lead, would you be?
You shorten that to 2, maybe 3. Yeah, it's if you've got you're going to go with your fastball, but then you've got 2 breaking pitches, one that goes away to a right-handed hitter and one that goes into a right-handed hitter. Those are the 3 that you kind of stay with, and you're going to lean heavy on that one that they're able to throw for a strike, mainly because you do not want to give up free bases, especially to somebody like Armando Guzman. You've got 2 guys on base for West Virginia now that have combined, 24 stolen bases for Guzman and 15 stolen bases for Hall. So a couple of the faster runners on this Mountaineer lineup have both reached base here.
Yeah, but isn't it fair to assume that these guys have got to stay put?
Oh, yeah, they have to stay put, but, you know, a double can score a guy like Guzman from first.
And the bases are loaded.
And now that you've walked another Mountaineer, then now Guzman is at second base, and now a single scores.
Well, Mike Bell might quibble about Cribble as Mike Bell goes to the mound. The left-hander has come on and walked 2.
The message is, hey, look at the scoreboard. You're up 8-0. Let's throw strikes.
Amanda Mazey.
Well, I mentioned earlier that Pitt is averaging 9.3 runs per game, but let's not count out West Virginia. 8.2 runs per game is what they're averaging. So Coach Bell said to counter their offense, he just wants to focus on the first hitter of each inning and just take it one player at a time. He said control the running game, don't let them sneak up on you with the bunt game, and do not let the Mountaineers have a big inning. This might be the start of that big inning for the Mountaineers right here. That's exactly what Bell does not want to see.
You know, I'm just reminded, Amanda, this is is great that we have you with us for a lot of reasons. You're such a talented person. But you've been around, Randy. You must know that there are some of us in baseball that believe that there is coaches speak. Okay? There are things that coaches just say to the media because it sounds good. Have you ever been exposed to that?
Oh, yeah, trust me. Like, Maisie will say one thing to me when I'm working and another thing to me at home. But you know what? I'll tell you this. Lanny, you and I have seen a lot of baseball games. It can almost be the kiss of death when you put up a lot of runs at the beginning, because then you kind of get back on your heels, and it just takes a little run here or there throughout the game. So don't count the Mountaineers out. Trust me.
Swing and a miss, and the count is 0-2. I mean, believe me, folks, and I've been doing this a while, believe me, there are things that managers in pro baseball and coaches will tell the media, and it is, well, Bob Walk used to call it eyewash.
And whenever I get scouting reports on pitchers, it's like, okay, what makes this guy your Friday guy? Oh, he's a strike thrower. He's consistent. I mean, it's to a T. You get the same thing out of every coach every weekend. He's a strike thrower. He's consistent. He's athletic. He's got pitchability. You know?
Oh, I like that one.
You like that? Yeah.
Talk about eyewash there. I like that one.
Pitchability. He's projectable.
Bases loaded, 2 outs, 8-0 Pitt. Brock Wills, 270 average. You know, that's one of the fun aspects, too, about when we have head coaches and we talk to them in the dugout. More on that later. Well, for West Virginia, an inning that had some promise, but turned out to be much ado about nothing. 8-0 Pitt.
This is national ranks, Division I, first in the nation in walks at 275. And then you see down there, this is entering tonight. So 77 home runs in 8th place, entering tonight with 3 home runs. That puts the Panthers at 80 and a tie for 5th with Georgia Tech and Texas A&M.
And now Deerdorf to lead off the top of the 3rd. Deerdorf from Bradenton, Florida. We were talking about Bradenton a moment ago, the spring training home of the Pirates. Let me suggest, by the way, partner, that if at any point you and your lovely wife decide to take the 3 rapscallions down to Florida. Balls popped out of play. Think about renting a cottage on Anna Marie Island. See, most of the islands off Florida have these big high-rise buildings. Anna Marie Island has laws that prevent buildings from being, you can't be any higher than like 5 floors, 6 floors.
Oh, nice.
Deerdorf walked and scored. He was on base when Nestler hit his 3-run homer. We're just in the 3rd, and already the Panthers have hit 3 home runs and a ball 4. And West Virginia pitching has now walked 4 in the game. No, take that back. It is 5, plus a hit batsman. Irizarry. Foul ball, strike 1. So the Pitt Panthers will be home to Virginia the upcoming weekend. Virginia's in 5th place in the ACC. And the Panthers will be at Florida State first weekend of May. Florida State's in 4th place. And Pitt's at North Carolina May 8, 9, 10. North Carolina's in 2nd place.
And then after that trip to North Carolina, they have Penn State at home on May 12th.
There are 16 teams in the ACC, and all 16 qualify for the ACC tournament, which will be in Charlotte, North Carolina, May 19th through the 24th. Those teams that finish in 9th place through 16th place will all play in the first round. 5 through 8, first round bye. The teams that finish in the top 4 spots after the regular season buys in the first and second rounds. Liner to left. Played on a bounce by Wills. Couple of men on, nobody out in the Pitt 3rd. And top of the order for Nestler. Yeah, Nestler batting again with 2 men on base, as he did back in the 2nd.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 3, A.J. Nestler.
The great Willie Stargell, very often when he was standing around the batting cage, would yell, "Throw the head," meaning throw the head of the bat. While pitch runners move up 2nd and 3rd.
Same pitch as the last one that got away. Allowed 2 runs to score. Is that breaking ball down and away to Gravelin's arm side.
It's fun when you watch a catcher, and Tyler Barnett's done a lot of this, where they grab a pitch and they try to drag it into the strike zone.
Yeah.
Runners are going to stay put. Kresser able to reach quickly to his left and not only make the catch of the throw, but also make sure that his arm didn't get ripped off.
Yeah, those border pitches are very, very important whenever you're in a game like this. And, you know, typically those pitches 2 to 3 balls outside, you're going to let those go, not let the umpire see them very much. But Graveline trying to get absolutely every strike that he can in this situation to get his pitchers ahead.
Second and third, 1 out. 8-0. Pitt leads. Here's a drive to left field. Fourth home run of the game for the Panthers. Doolin not only hits his 10th home run of the year, but he now has a 19-game hitting streak, and Pitt leads 11-0.
.79-mile-an-hour breaking ball coming in. 106 leaving that bat. Got out in a hurry. Fourth home run on the day for Pitt.
Next hitter is 23, Lorenzo Carrier.
Pitt has today 2 solo home runs, one by Carrier, one by Pisacreta, and 2 3-run homers, one by Nessler, the other by Doolin. Carrier, you know, just about any place you look, if you're taking a good long look at Carrier's resume, you see phenomenal numbers. For example, in his 3-game series against San Jose State in March, he went 10 for 12 with 15 RBIs. And also, from late February into March, he homered in 7 consecutive games. A streak that started on February the 28th when he homered against University of North Carolina, Greensboro. And in that stretch of games in which he homered in 7 straight, he had a total of 9 home runs. 2 in a game at San Diego State and 2 in a game at Stanford. One out, nobody on, 3 runs in. And another base on balls. Carrier on base for the 3rd time, and Carrier's getting used to drawing walks this year.
45. Number 45 on the year.
Number 2, Kai Wagner.
Talking about Carrier's 7 home runs in 7 games, or 9 home runs in 7 games, homering in 7 straight. You know, for the longest time, the major league record was Dale Long's 7. And I must admit to you, I don't even know if that's still the record or not. I should. And Wagner has singled and walked.
Going through this Pitt lineup, the only Panther player that has not scored is Joey Barry. Flew out in the 2nd, and he walked and was left on base, stranded in the 3rd. Everyone else has scored and had RBIs, or had RBIs.
Well, David Hagan has faced 8 batters, and he has walked 4. Thacker started, won an inning and a 3rd. Yoke, a 1/3 of an inning. And officially for Hagan, it's 2/3 of an inning, having faced 8 batters. Pitt The Panthers have hit 4 home runs and lead 11-0.
Our kids are growing and growing and growing. But growing up doesn't always come easy. So we'll grow with them. Grow our skills, grow our reach, until all our kids get to grow up healthy. Growing up doesn't stop. Not for one moment. And neither do we.
The NCAA, driving change to do more for today's student athletes. The NCAA programs deliver $4 billion in scholarships every year. Those D1 scholarships are now guaranteed. Health and well-being services are mandatory. Student athletes get tutoring as well as financial literacy coaching because almost everyone is going pro in something other than sports. The NCAA, driving change to do more for today's student athletes.
JT Huther on to pitch for the Mountaineers, the freshman from Fort Myers, Florida. See, there's 5th appearance, a 3.86 ERA, has not allowed a hit in any of his 2 1/3 innings pitched, but does have 4 walks and an earned run.
So Pitt scored 1 in the first, 7 runs on 3 hits in the second, and the Panthers have scored 3 runs on 2 hits here in the third. We're scheduled to talk to Mike Bell when we get to the top of the 4th, and Steve Sabins in the 5th. I'm not sure Steve's going to want to talk to us. All right, here's Fenderson. Pitch inside, ball 1. Shallow left center field. And Wills calls off shortstop Heiner's second out of the top of the 3rd. When you were catching, Tyler, did you have guys that certain pitchers on the staff that you liked either personally or professionally, and some guys you didn't care for?
No, not really. I like everybody. It's everybody's got their own personality, so everybody's a little different. But no, I pretty well liked everyone.
The record is 8. And I know there was somebody else, and besides Dale Long, that hit it. Was it Griffey, Ken Griffey Jr.? You know, Barron had 2 plate appearances in the second. Made the first out of the second inning and then drew a bases-loaded walk. It was Ken Griffey Jr.? (3-0). Of course. Monty just reminded me, Don Mattingly did it. Another base on balls. Second time that Barron has walked.
Next hitter is 18, Sebastian Pisapria.
8 walks issued by West Virginia pitching. And Pisacreta batting with the bases loaded. Sebastian hit a solo home run in the second to make this a 2-0 ball game. Isn't that something? When he homered his first plate appearance of the day, it made it 2-0, and now here is in the third inning for his third plate appearance, and it's 11-0. Remember, this may be payback. 11-1 last year, West Virginia beat Pitt in this ballpark. Two and one. Three and two. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Top of the third. After the pitch inside made it 3 and 2. Breaking from third, Carrier, Wagner from second, Barron from first. A bases loaded hit batsman. And Pitt is in front 12-0. Carrier scoring for the third time in the game, and it's only the third inning.
Brings up 33, Carter Dearborn.
And this is now the second consecutive inning that Pitt has sent 10 batters or more to the plate.
Make it easier for you to understand. 21 batters to the plate in the last 2 innings. Deardorff has walked twice and scored twice. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 4 runs in. Four runs in this inning for Pitt on 2 hits. And third baseman Hall runs out of room. Wagner at third, Barron at second, Pisacreta the runner at first, and a 1-2 pitch forthcoming to Deardorff. Hit batsman. Just double check to make sure that wasn't ruled a swing, and it was not. 13-0 in favor of Pitt. Irizarry. 1 for 1 as a single. He's also been hit by a pitch, has scored 2 runs. And 2-0. And 3-0. Bases loaded walk. And so now it is complete. Barron scores. That means that every Pitt batter in this game has scored at least once. With 4 home runs for Pitt. And 2 RBIs by way of bases loaded walks, 2 RBIs by way of bases loaded hit batsmen, and then 1 run scored on a wild pitch and 1 on a throwing error.
An error. Yeah.
Let's see, what, 6:35 starting time, hour and 25 minutes, and we're in the top of the 3rd. And the bases are loaded for Nestler. 7 grand slams for Pitt this year. 6 different players have hit him. Barron's hit 2, and Nestler is not on that list. But there's a chance for him to be on that list. Nestler, a 3-run homer in the 2nd inning. Six runs in the inning on 2 hits. And the count 1-1. The Secreta, the runner at 3rd, with Deerdorf at 2nd and Irizarry at 1st. Strike 1 and 2. And 2 and 2. Huther, the 4th West Virginia pitcher of the game. Line drive, base hit into left center field. The Secreta scores 15-0. Deerdorf scores 16-0. Irizarry ends up at 3rd base, and the 2-run double for Nestler. He's got 5 RBIs.
Two pitch. Nestler does a great job of going down to get that, going the other way with it. Just extends this massive Panther lead. Five RBIs on the day for Nestler. in his 2 hits, 2 for 4 in just the 3rd inning.
Doolin extended his hitting streak to 19 games earlier in this inning. He's got a chance to hit 2 home runs in 1 inning. Hit 2 home runs in Louisville this year. Late March, hit 5 RBIs in the game. Sharply hit, shortstop Einish, and there's out number 3. Pitt scores 8 runs in the top of the 3rd. Panthers 16, West Virginia nothing. Streaming every out-of-town game live or on demand using the ESPN app. Blackout and other restrictions apply. For more information, go to ESPN.com/MLBTV.
Sam Bryan is the new pitcher for Pitt, the senior from St. Louis, Missouri. 13th appearance on the year, 12 hits across 12 and 2/3 innings.
A couple of years for Bryan at Parkland College. And top of the order for Schoenfeld. Paul 0 for 1. You know, I'm not a big fan about, well, I'm not a big fan. I don't understand RPI, and that's why it's been such a blessing for me to have you alongside, because you do. So how does a game like this, might it impact RPI? Well, hard to say.
Both teams, Pitt would definitely benefit in the RPI here. 1 game series holds about the same amount of weight as a 3-game series,
and Pitt coming into this game ranked anywhere from 11 to 15.
Right. So that's the Big 12 RPI. You see Cincinnati up at the top. West Virginia visiting Cincinnati this weekend, so a big series looming for West Virginia. West Virginia was 17th heading into the weekend, and after dropping the Friday night game to Houston, dropped all the way down to 28.
Roger Leonhardt, our producers, just told us that Cincinnati lost to Wright State today.
Yes, Cincinnati lost to Wright State. A big decision, big game in ACC. Boston College lost to Maine 6-4.
Boston College in 3rd place in the ACC. Kansas leads the Big 12, 2 games better than West Virginia. Arizona State, UCF tied for third place, 3 games out of first place. So Gavin Kelly, despite the left wrist problem, forced to just miss 1 start. Inside 3-1.
In the last, speaking of RPI, in the last 7 days, West Virginia has dropped 10 spots in the RPI, and Pitt has gone up 4 spots and is sitting at 71. And after Cincinnati's loss, they've dropped to 23rd.
Real good that you have that Etch-a-Sketch right there.
I spend a lot of time on this thing.
And ball 4. 1 West Virginia hit so far. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. The only hit was the Inez single in the 2nd inning. Pitt leads 16-0. And Sean Smith to step in. He's 0 for 1. David Ledley started for the Panthers, inning in 2/3 scoreless. Hi, Randy. You come to save us. And up high, ball 1. What's that? Randy Mazey, kind enough to stop by.
How you doing, buddy?
Grab that, Bailey. Let me grab that chair a second, if I may.
Bailey, I would never take a seat from you. How you guys doing up here? We're in the 3rd inning. We've been out here for 3 hours.
Yeah, well, we're, you know, I've been doing this a while. I'm sure you've been involved in some of these on both ends, right?
Sure have. Gosh, this is, you know, you play enough games over the course of the season. You play all kind of games. You play games where you have big leads, you don't have big leads, you have tie games late in the game. This happens occasionally, you know.
Do you have to say anything to your troops, or do you just assume that they know how to deal with it?
Yeah, you know, you're preparing for stuff like this. You got to learn how to play when you're from behind, and got to learn how to play when you're ahead, and we're definitely behind, so it actually gives you some freedom to just play. And I have no doubt in my mind that we're going to start scratching here, and next thing you know, all of a sudden it's 16-6, and Pitt starts panicking a little bit and getting their best relievers up, and you don't realize it's still a 10-run game. So these games give you some freedom to not put any pressure on yourself and just go out and see the ball hit the ball. And you'd be surprised what can happen.
Go back to that comment about just, you're saying from the West Virginia player standpoint, there's some freedom.
There is.
From what? Explain that to me.
Well, you know, if Matt Einish is hitting right now and the score is 8-8 and it's the bottom of the 9th with 1 out, there's the crowd screaming, there's a little bit of pressure involved. There's literally no pressure right now. You can just see the ball and hit the ball, and you'd be surprised how much better you hit in 10-run games than in 1-run games. So we put an inning together here and get to 16-4, 16-6, and all of a sudden you can't get back in it by hitting the whole way. They're going to have to walk some people, and you need to get guys in the lineup that can take walks. And you know, it's when the game gets close, you know, it's things change. And this is a big game for Pitt. I think did they not start their Friday guy tonight? Is that accurate? So this is a big game for them. So they're going to be feeling the pressure of wanting to bring relievers in.
Bouncer to third. Double play ends the inning.
Well, there goes everything I
Wagner to Fenderson to Deerdorf, and Mike Bell will be joining us in just a moment. Pitt lead 16-0.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Hi, we're WVU. You probably know us for screaming. And yeah, we're pretty good at it. But here, it's more than a chant. It's our celebration of innovation.
Let's go.
Our rallying cry for community.
Let's go!
And honestly, it's just our way of life. So whether you're chasing big dreams or just chasing sunsets.
Let's go!
You might think occupational therapy is something to do with getting you back to work, but it's actually so much more than that. We give people back their independence. We break down their daily life. What's meaningful to you? What do you feel has been taken? And what can we do to help make you feel more independent? When a patient tells me that they did this one thing that they weren't able to do, knowing that you gave them the tools to succeed is really rewarding.
I can hear you.
Mike, thank you very much for joining us. Let's first of all get some updates from you. Your daughter Alexis, she's still in Alabama, University of Alabama.
Oh yeah, she's roll tiding Morgan Wallen last, I think, Saturday. She's living her best, as we say it.
And Kyler was at Pine Richland. Is he a senior this year?
He is, and I appreciate you asking because I don't get to see a lot of his games. And I had an update right before they were beating Shaler 8-1. He was 2 for 3 with a double, a single, and a bag, and he's really grown into himself, and I couldn't be more proud of him.
You know, Mike, in light of what's going on here tonight, and you've got the 16-0 lead, we had to yell for help. Here's a guy that wants to talk to you.
Okay.
Coach Bell, it's Coach Maisie here on the broadcast. What's up, brother?
Oh, Maze. Oh, brother. Oh, boy.
Hey, man, we've been great friends for a long time. We've had some great battles. And
yes, sir.
I've tried to explain to these guys how having a big lead like this, there's way more pressure than being on the other end. You know, there's some freedom with being down in a game like this as opposed to being up in a game like this. Don't you feel the same way?
1,000%. This game is so funny. And, you know, Coach Martin used to always say it's one of a kind. Anybody can do anything on any given day. And right now, for us, the offense did a great job building the lead with discipline. Yes, we hit some balls out of the yard, but the discipline that we put up and down the lineup, and that's been a staple from our staff throughout the year and the way that we constructed this and the way we've been building it. And now we're just into counting outs. You know, we want to continue to attack the zone. We know we're going to use a lot of guys today, but like you said, there's still a lot of game left here, a lot of game.
Yeah, you know, and people, I love the people of West Virginia, and I've had a great relationship with them. And really the only reason they've ever gotten mad at me here in Morgantown, because I've told them that I root for Coach Bell and the Panthers when they're not playing the Mountaineers, because we've been great friends for a long time, and I want you to have success. And when you guys have success, that makes this series a lot better between us. And I've been happy for your success. Would you say this is maybe the best offensive team you've put in a Panther uniform since we've known each other?
Oh, hands down. There's no doubt about it. Not only the best team, this isn't taken away from staff members that have done a great job and are off doing great things as head coaches and recruiting coordinators, but our staff, what they've put into these guys as well. And couldn't be more proud of what they've done to this point. We've got 15 challenging games ahead of us. Obviously a big one here tonight, but this, as you said, this rivalry, this is what it's about. And, you know, it's a tip of the cap to you and what you were able to build here from scratch. You know, I still wanted to see the elevator, the coal mine shaft that was supposed to be here with the stadium that I heard about one day, I think, listening to the broadcast as I was scouting some games, and I could see Maisie drawing it on a napkin. I can really see that.
Well, that's TMI. You're giving more information than most people know right now, but that's because we've been friends, and it's been a pleasure to know you. And you've done Do you talk to your players when you come here about taking the crowd out of the game? Because you've basically done that to this point in the game, because a Mountaineer crowd, this is an amazing atmosphere tonight, and you've really quieted the crowd. Is that important to you guys as you play this game?
You address it to the point of you have to give them the expectations of what is going to happen. And I've always said this in a lot of the rival places that I've been, and when individuals pay for a ticket to come watch a game, they can cheer, they can buy as much beverage as they want, and they can do whatever they want. Our job is to compete and go out and give them the best we can and smile. But the moment we try to react back to it, it's just going to fire them up, and then you're playing that game. So we've just tried to focus between the lines. Yeah, the 7th spot and the 8th spot will do that. But as you said, there's still a lot of outs to get and a lot of ball game left, and I know what's in that other dugout.
Yeah, you know, your issue is we don't stop beverage sales till the bottom of the 7th, and we're still in the 4th. So you've still got some issues ahead of you. I want you to know that.
Well, I'm sure your administration's going to like that, 'cause that's more money, you know.
I'm glad I got a chance to catch up with you here and let the people out there watching this game that you and I have been great friends for a long time, and I do root for your success, and I want this series to continue to be good. And we played one year when both teams are in the top 20. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh yeah.
That makes for a great rivalry. So I'm always wanting you to win all the games, 53 of your 56 games.
I got that.
I've always rooted for you.
Yeah, they've been great matchups. You know, the environment here, and you know, we had a grad transfer. He pulled me aside before the game. He said, "Coach, you're right, man. They packed this out." And I said, "They're still coming in, man. Like, you know, like give it time. You know, I just try to prepare you. But this is what you strive to prepare your guys for championship caliber baseball, for playoff baseball, for postseason baseball, because these are the environments that you're going to play the most important games of your career in these situations, and you have to know how to handle it. So you do try to prepare them a little bit."
Yeah, well, I hate to take up all this broadcast. This feels like a phone call between you and I.
We can sit here all day. You want to come call some pitches? I mean, you're great at that, you know.
But, yeah, good luck the rest of the way, man. I'll always root for you personally.
Appreciate you, Mays. Love
yes,
you.
sir,
Love
Michael.
you.
Mike, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Out at second. What a treat for Pitt and West Virginia fans listening on ESPN Plus. You and I just stayed out of the way
yes,
and heard you two guys talk baseball. That was fabulous.
Do you think I could have a career in this?
In broadcasting?
Yeah.
Of course you could. Of course you could.
Well, I'd have to learn everything from you because you're the guru.
No, you just you just have to have a play-by-play announcer that doesn't have an ego to get in the way. You know, when I like with Tyler, I work with Tyler. I stay out of his way as much as I can.
I know. It seems like when I listen to the games, it actually seems like that happens. Now, this has been a pleasure being with you guys. You guys do such an amazing job, and your broadcast has brought us so much more fans to the Mountaineer program. And I can honestly say I've listened to a lot of games. I watch a lot of college baseball around the country. When I get home tonight, I'll put some games on TV and listen to some broadcasts. You guys actually are the best there is, and I mean that sincerely. And even Amanda, is she listening right now, my wife?
Sure, yes.
She even said that Tyler and Lanny work so well together that that's what brings people to the games, listening to the games,
well,
is because what you guys do for Mountaineer baseball, and it's just been amazing how many fans you've brought us. So thank you guys for that.
Thank you, Randy.
I second what he said, Lanny. I absolutely second what you said. I was telling Maisie, I was like, Tyler's really funny. He has a dry sense of humor against Lanny. I was like, it's like yin and yang, and it's perfect. I love listening to it. And it has been a blessing for me to be a part of this.
Which one of you guys is yin and which one is yang?
Wait, did you hear that the other day? Tyler got on the soapbox. He believed that Virginia ought to be called East Virginia. Did you hear that?
I did not hear that.
Yeah, he
must have been at that.
I might need an extra signature on that letter. I'm going to write to the government. So,
can you guys tell Maisie he needs to unload the dishwasher when he gets home?
No, but you guys have seen the transformation of this program. Tyler, you grew up in this area.
Yes.
I mean, look at this crowd.
This is
man.
incredible.
Can you believe this compared to where we were 10 or 12 years ago.
It's, Lanny, it's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable.
And Gravelin unable to hold on, so Barron's going to get another chance.
This game tonight has the feel of hosting a regional.
Yes, it does. It does. They say that there's, whenever they say standing room only, I don't think that there was any standing room left.
There was the students that were, I was sitting on the concourse. There is 3 deep standing behind me.
Yes.
It was in the 2nd inning. Now that we're in the 4th inning, it looks like some people have left. But
that was 2 hours ago.
I think when we hosted a regional in 2019, that completely changed the face of the program.
Yes.
And it's carried on, and Sabes has carried on this tradition. And tonight's not going great, but how can you overshadow what they have accomplished and where the program is currently?
Yep.
Lanny, what year did you join us?
Oh, boy. Maybe 2019.
So I was here for 5 or 6 years before you came on board. And what a difference you've made in this program. There's no way I can thank you enough for what you've done for Mountaineer baseball. And the people that all around the state.
You're being too kind. Thank you.
There's no way to be too kind. But what you guys have done for the people around the state that don't want to travel 2.5 or 3 hours for a home game, that get to watch it and listen to it. You guys just make it a pleasure to watch the game. And my mother, bless her heart, she loves you to death. And that goes back to your old Pirate days. We used to listen to you 20 years ago. So it's been a pleasure.
Thank you. And the stolen base at third. Now 1st and 3rd. We're in the 4th inning. It's 16-0. Pitt has hit 4 home runs in this game. A.J. Nessler already has 5 RBIs. Well, 1st and 3rd. McDougal becoming the 5th West Virginia pitcher of the game.
I was actually being serious when I asked Coach Bell. There's way more pressure on the team that's up 16-0 than there is on the team that's down 16-0. Could you imagine if we throw up a 7 spot here in the 5th inning?
Things get very, very tight.
They really do.
Yes.
Even though it's a 10 or 11 run game, it's like, oh boy, can't let them get some momentum here. So
in my years of coaching, and of course it's not at this level, but the most nervous that you ever are as a coach is whenever you get that big lead, because if things melt down, all of the everything just comes crashing down. That entire dugout comes crashing down.
No doubt.
It's not just the pitching staff, it's not just the hitters, it's everything.
And the beauty of being West Virginia right now, they're going to bring a pitcher in this game tonight at some point that hasn't pitched much, that's going to show flashes of brilliance, that's going to earn some innings later on in the season. So these games, however they go, you can draw some positives out of this thing. And if guys on the bench get in the game.
Fly ball, home run. A 3-run homer for Pisacreta. His 2nd home run of the game. And it is 19-0 in favor of the Panthers.
So these are the games, it's a 19-run game. You're going to find some things in this game that are real positives for moving forward the rest of the season. It's going to be a pitcher that comes out of the bullpen or somebody off the bench that has a couple good at-bats that you realize can help you later on in the season that you wouldn't have known if it wasn't for a game like this. So as bad as it seems right now, we're going to draw some positives when this thing's over.
But one of the things that stands out to me from the Pitt dugout is whenever Chase Gribble got in trouble in, what was that, the 2nd inning, he had just walked Matt Gravelin, and then Coach Bell comes out, talks to him, and then 1 batter later, strikeout, inning over. So you've got a young guy that gets himself into trouble. Yes, okay, he's got an 8-run lead. You just want him to throw strikes, but all of a sudden walks 2 guys, gets into trouble, coach comes out, talks, gets out of the trouble, and now that's a guy that has learned a lesson, and that teaches him later.
Innings.
Yes,
he earned some innings, and that's the one reason I despise the 10-run rule in college baseball. And I know we play it sometimes, but the 10-run rule all it does is robs the kids that don't get to play much an opportunity to get in the game. So I wish they would do that.
3 runs on 1 hit. 19-0 Pitt after 3.5. For the ACC tournament, single elimination, and currently Georgia Tech leads a 1-game advantage over North Carolina. Boston College 2-back, Florida State 3-back, and Pitt at 7 and 11, tied for 10th. Well, it was real kind of Randy Mazey to swing by. Certainly appreciate his great words. And Hall to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning. 19 runs for Mike Bell's team on 9 hits. And 5 of the 9 hits are home runs. 2 by Sebastian.
It is the bottom of the 4th, and Pitt has been through their batting lineup 4 times. West Virginia only halfway through their 2nd time through.
I got a question for you guys. Is it harder to broadcast a game like this than it is a close game? Or are you always looking for content kind of thing?
Yes. You're always looking for something when there's a lot of plays happening. That makes it a little bit easier because you can talk about the plays. But when you're in a game like this, you talk about the leads. You talk about a 19-run lead, and there's only so much that you can really bring up with that.
Sure.
One of the things we've been talking about the last few games is pitchers, how important catchers receiving pitches is, and West Virginia can't buy a strike right now. And Gravelin's just trying to pull everything that he possibly can back into the zone to try to get something for his pitchers.
Yeah, and it's amazing how catchers are judged on how many pitches at the edges of the zone they can get called strikes.
Correct.
That's a real stat.
Yeah, the shadow zone. Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, the shadow zone.
That's why I retired. 'Cause I just learned just now that it's called the shadow zone. The
shadow zone is that inch around the zone where catchers can pull, and umpires are judged on it too. Like that's where the umpires get their grades at the end of every game.
How do you feel you were a catcher, right?
I was, yes.
How do you feel about the hitters and catchers in the big leagues being able to challenge balls and strikes?
I love it.
I love it too.
I love it. I do. I love it. It makes being an umpire so much harder. Right? It was always the hardest job in all of sports because you have to make a call every single play. With football, you don't make a pass interference call every single play or a holding call every single play. In basketball, it's not a foul call but in baseball, every single pitch dictates a call. So it's already one of the most difficult jobs in sports. And now you're adding into it that you have to be so precise that they will go to a computer and overturn your call if it is 0.1 inch outside of the zone.
I actually like that because umpires need to be judged.
Yes.
Who are the best and who aren't.
Yes.
At the end of the game, we get a report at the end of the game that tells us how many balls and strikes he got wrong.
Yep.
And that's a great way to judge those guys. So no longer, can Greg Maddux pitch 6 inches off the outside of the strike zone. If he hits the catcher, he gets a called strike. It's umpires know that they're scrutinized on balls and strikes.
Right.
I love it. The challenge system that they've got going doesn't take long. And, it's pretty exciting for the fans too to wait for the result of the challenge. So
gone are the days of the 3-0 courtesy strike.
No doubt. Lanny, I've got a question for you. You've been around baseball for over 100 years now, and would you consider yourself old school? I'm sure. I've got a theory in college baseball and tell me what you think about this as an old school guy. I think in our sport of baseball, there's such a home field advantage because of everybody's dimensions of the field are different. Everybody's playing surface is different. That doesn't exist in other sports. Basketball courts are basketball courts. They're all the same size. The rim is 10 feet tall. And football fields are all the same size and all the same surface. But in baseball, there's such a home field advantage because of dimensional differences and playing surface. Because of that, why do we let the home team always hit last? Can't we flip a coin to see who hits first and who hits last? In football, you flip a coin to see who kicks off first. In basketball, you throw a ball up in the air. In hockey, you drop a puck. Why in baseball does the home team get to hit last every time?
Am I to assume that you would be in favor of flipping a coin to see who bats first?
I actually would be in favor of that because I think the home crowd, when we had J.J. Weatherholt leading off, wouldn't that be a great way to start the game? With J.J. leading off the game as the first hitter of the game. And that would eliminate some of the home field advantage that's inherent in baseball. It's so hard to win on the road in baseball because of surfaces and dimensions that would even it out, that if you flip the coin to determine who hit first. Because as you know, when you get into an extra inning game, the home team has such advantage because they get to hit twice for every time the visitors hit once. So that would eliminate some of the inherent home field advantages that exist in our sport. Have you ever thought of that as an old school
I had
guy?
not, and I must tell you I'm not in favor of it.
I knew you would say that.
I am not in favor of it.
I'm gonna take my question to Tyler, who's a younger guy. What do you think, Tyler?
I think we see Mikey Gray on the mound for Pitt, the left-handed pitcher from Lake Forest, Illinois, and Gray is a 6.46 ERA, 3 wins on the year, 13 appearances, 1 save. And I don't know if that save was at home or on the road, but
I know, right?
if
what a segue.
I can tell you that.
Yeah, look that up. Tell me, was that save on the road? Because if it was at home, if they would have flipped a coin, then he wouldn't have gotten that save.
That's right.
No, his save is at San Jose State.
It was at San Jose State. So
why, Lanny, are you not in favor of that? If you don't mind me asking.
I think that's one of the advantages of the game of baseball. As a matter of fact, I had arguments with the high school coaches in Western Pennsylvania because what they were doing is they were flipping coins to determine who batted first in playoff games. And I said, wait a minute. The team that had the better record, the higher seed, should be allowed to be the home team. By the way, keep in mind that a visiting team can never have a walk-off win.
It's actually, I'm going to beg to differ. We had a walk-off win at Texas Tech when we picked the guy off third base to end the game. The third base coach and the runner had to walk off the field.
Okay, by that I'm sure glad that you brought that up.
And actually, one of my worst losses ever at West Virginia was against Texas A&M in the regional.
Texas A&M will walk off.
They walked us off on our own field because in the regional we were the visiting team. So you're right, the visitors can never walk you off, but we got walked off on our own field, which is very unusual. But Do you think that's considered a walk-off when we picked off their guy at third base and their guy had to walk off the field? The game was over.
Well, first of all, let me tell you this, that out at second, I am so old school that I am at times disappointed that term walk-off gets used and overused and et cetera, okay? So that's part of it there. But I just do believe that I mean, how many years ago did we have that issue where the team that won the All-Star game was going to be the home team in the World Series, or get the second?
That was a big deal.
Oh yeah. Especially when they ran out of pitchers.
That was a big deal.
Just the second hit of the game for West Virginia.
You know, I made this comment to you before, and I hope you took it the way I meant it, and that is, there is nobody that I have come across in baseball, nobody that I've come across in my 33 years with the Pittsburgh Pirates that means more to me than Jimmy Leland. Because Jimmy Leland trusted me and shared with me a lot of, and I was to the point, and I admitted that then, and I'll admit it now, I would never, ever disagree with Jimmy because I had such respect for him.
Sure.
And I'll tell you what, I have chills here because sitting alongside you right here, I feel like I'm almost sitting alongside Jimmy again because you both have a lot of the same wonderful traits in terms of your knowledge of the game, your ability to tell it straight. Okay, that's one thing about Jimmy. Is that, you know, Jimmy used to say, he'd tell his players, "You want to come in my office? Okay, you want to come in my office? You come in, but be ready to hear the truth."
No doubt. If you ask a question, you better be ready for the answer. He changed in my world when the year that he really got on Bonds and Bonilla. Yeah, do you remember the year in spring training where he was really mad at those guys, and those were his two best players? And if you're willing to challenge your best players, that's a guy I can really respect.
Well, and Jimmy always said that his message to his players was, the only differential treatment you get is on payday.
That's true. That's a great way to look at it. Great way to look at it.
Runners at first and third. It is 19-0 Pitt.
Here's a question I have for you, Lanny, as an old school guy. You know, I told you how I hate the 10-run rule because it robs the kids that don't get to play much of at-bats and innings pitched. Why don't we do it in football and basketball? If you're down by 28 in the fourth quarter in football, why don't everybody just go home? Or in basketball, if you...
Now the Mountaineers are on the scoreboard by way of a wild pitch and a base on ball.
Is it okay to go home?
Don't ask me because I don't know about
baseball is the only sport that doesn't have a clock.
I know.
So
I mean, who?
There is in high school football in West Virginia, at least, if you go up 35 points, then it turns into a running clock.
Pennsylvania.
Right. So.
But why do we do that in baseball? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm a logical guy. If you can explain to me something logically, I'll buy it. But
let me throw it back at you and say that aren't most of what we do at the college level, or what you guys do at the college level, dictated by the coaches getting together and making decisions in concert with the athletic director, no?
Yeah, and they waited for me to retire until they made that rule because they knew I hated it. Because in today's world of transfer portal, most guys, if they don't play, they don't stay. That's so you want to get as many guys in the game as you can. And I always tried to get as many guys in the game as I could because I wanted to develop them.
Yeah.
And now you're just jipping guys. I mean, how many 10-run rule games have we played this year? 5, maybe? And that takes 5 or 6 at-bats off of 5 or 6 kids that could be developing. I mean, who wants to go home early? the fans, if they want to, they can, but I just don't understand it. I just want what's best for the kids.
Out number 3, West Virginia picks up a run, 1 hit, and after 4 innings of play, Pitt 19, West Virginia 1. While the Mountaineers took 2 of 3 at home against Houston, Arizona State won 2 of 3 at BYU, and UCF lost 2 of 3. So right now, Kansas by 2 games over West Virginia. So that's the way things look in the Big 12 with West Virginia at Cincinnati this weekend for week number 7. The Mountaineers' week number 8 matchup is here against Kansas State, and then at Kansas for weekend number 9, and then the final regular season weekend against TCU. Weston Smith.
Weston Smith, the freshman from Hurricane, West Virginia. 6th appearance on the year, 1.93 ERA. He's given up 1 double, 1 home run across his 4 2/3 innings pitched.
Here is Zari, 1 for 1. Been hit by a pitch, drew a base-loaded walk. So Pitt scored 1 run in the first, 7 runs in the second, 8 runs in the third, and 3 runs in the fourth. Second into the game for Zari.
A load of changes for West Virginia as well. Erdos in behind the plates. That was Weston Maisie at short. You see Brody Kresser still at first base, but Matthew Robaugh at second.
And center fielder Molessa makes the catch. You've got Colton Sims at third.
Brock Wills has moved to right field. And Gravelin is out to left. So I'm not even going to try to think about where these are in the batting lineup. We're just going to have to adjust those as they come to the plate.
Very wise. 19-1. Doolin 1 for 4. His 3-run homer in the third extended the hitting streak to 19 games. And 2-2. $19 runs on 10 hits for Pitt.
And you know that the book that I have, I make it myself in a document and print it out, and it only has 9 innings on it because I like space to be able to write things. This game has destroyed my lineup card. Typically, if a team bats through once, I'll just go ahead and write things off to the side and be able.
Right.
This is just, I mean, there are scribbles all over the place. There are arrows pointing to this or that. I cannot make any sense out of the Pitt side of my lineup card.
Well, Carrier, I can tell you he is 2 for 2 in the game. Solo home run in the first, singled and scored in the second, walked and scored in the third, and walked in the fourth inning. 2 men on, 1 out. Ball game in the top of the fifth, 19-1. Pitt is leading. Fly ball into center field. Melissa out number 2. Irizarry moves to third on the play. And first and third for Wagner. Wagner 1 for 2, couple of walks, 2 runs scored. Smith, the 6th West Virginia pitcher of the game. This game started at 6:35, and by about 6:40 it was 1-0 Pitt. And then quickly the 7 runs for the Panthers in the top of the second inning. Hit batsman, bases loaded. Bases loaded for Fenderson. 0 for 2, 0 for 3 rather. You know, when Randy Mazur was here, he asked a question about announcing games like this. And the reality is that if you, as a baseball announcer, believe that you can hold an audience during a 19-1 game, you are kidding yourself. And the bad part about it is that if you try to do that, there's a good chance you're going to say a bunch of dumb things. And I mean, it is possible in a game like this to go different ways in terms of filling in some information and tell some stories for your viewers. But to believe that everybody that tuned into the game in the first inning is going to stay with you. Maybe Vin Scully. Maybe everybody would stay listening to Vin. But I don't think there are.
Say there's a lot of opportunities for you to say dumb things in a 19-1 game. I say a lot of dumb things whenever it's a 2-1 game. So there's
2-1 on Fenderson. You know, I may have told you this story before, but Chip Carey, Harry's son, Skip Carey. He once was calling an Atlanta Braves game, and it was kind of like this game the Braves are losing. And he said, if you promise to patronize our sponsors, we give you permission to turn us off. In the corner, scoring, Irizarry from third, Doolin from second, and Wagner from first. 22-1. Fenderson drives in 3 with a double.
And Fenderson's first hit. Line out, walk, fly out, fielder's choice. And that double sneaks right inside the left field line there, scores 3 more for Pitt.
2 outs. And Barron takes ball 1. Joey Barron 0 for 1 in the game. He has walked 3 times. Has 1 RBI, has scored 2 runs. Almost had one there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just in case you're wondering, last time that Pitt had a game in which it scored 20 runs, just go back to San Jose State of this year. And there is out number 3 in the top of the 5th inning. 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 left. 22-1, Pitt leads West Virginia.
Now trying to drive to the lane for layup. It's good! West puts up a three-pointer. It is good! Jared West hits a three-point shot. The West Virginia Mountaineers are going to the Final Four. And it is a great night to be a Mountaineer, wherever you may be.
Proven results stand the test of time. United Bank, West Virginia's bank. Proud to be united with the Mountaineers.
What brings you joy, like in life?
When I draw, everything that I saw that day is what I put on the paper.
Now that Laura's feeling better, we can have lots of dance parties. I can go on my tippy-tippy toes like this.
I want to million follows. I want to make people see what I do.
Being an athlete with the heart problem, I don't have any limitations. I still want to be the best player.
That was so much fun. Nice. High five.
What am I looking at here, partner?
Oh, those are the top 3 teams in the Big 12 and the conference schedules that they have remaining. And we'd mentioned that West Virginia and Cincinnati, it's a big one for West Virginia coming up. Arizona State at UCF is going to be massive for both sides there. And then you see down there for Kansas, not only do they have to play Kansas State this weekend in a rival matchup, but they have West Virginia at number 12 coming to town. New pitcher for the Panthers, number 15, Joey Cinciamino, sophomore from Staten Island, New York, transfer from Monmouth.
The hitter for West Virginia, number 19.
13th appearance on the year, 19 1/3 innings, 28 hits, and a 21-run cushion.
Strike called on the inside corner. The win for Cincinnamino was against Akron just 6 days ago. Robaugh getting his first plate appearance of the game.
So it will be Robaugh hitting in Gavin Kelly's spot, that 2 spot in the lineup. Then Sean Smith still in the game as DH. And it looks like Ryan Maggie will take that spot. He's in the on-deck circle there. And then Weston Maisie is in Matt Einish's 4 spot.
Oh, well done. Doolin, real strong play as he charged across, 1 away.
Those are always the toughest plays to make, those slow rollers that go over top of the pitcher's mound. You do get the benefit of the momentum going toward first base, but it's tough to read that hop over top of the mound.
Bottom of the 5th inning, and Pitt leads 22-1.
Maggie in for Smith.
Three hits this year, all singles, 4 RBIs. Outside 2-1. Remember the comment that Amanda Maisie made to Randy about when you get home, empty the dishwasher? See, my sweetheart, she doesn't like me to do it. I put
everything in the wrong places. Yeah. Yeah, I think you do that on purpose too, don't you? Yeah.
Exactly.
See, you can't ask me to unload the dishwasher.
Full
I just don't know where the cups go.
Anything that he wants to do, I'm thankful for. Do you guys know what I'm doing right now?
What's that?
I'm sitting here filming my son like I was literally, like when he gets up to bat in every defensive play, like it's just in me. I've been doing it since he was 5 years old. This is a little nerve-wracking, but exciting for him.
You're sitting next to Jay. Which puppy does Jay have with him today?
Jay did not bring his dog today.
No
he is dogless.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Tyler. The crowd was going to be too big for Pearl tonight.
Okay.
Count 2-2. So can you can you announce when your son is batting, or are you too nervous to do that? Amanda?
Faster? Yeah, my heart is beating a lot faster right now. Because, he's a freshman, and we just say any opportunity you get to go out there, make the most of it. So I just want him to give it his all, and here I go with my phone. As if we don't have 12 cameras, with the media. Just got to catch it just in case.
You might miss something.
Oh, Lord. This is nerve-wracking. This is way more nerve-wracking than when Randy was coaching. Watching your kid play, oh, I love the ovation he gets. They're so kind to him.
Well, I know you are, and you should be very proud of this young man.
Thank you, I am. He works hard every single day. He puts in the effort, and that's all you can ask for.
Just missed that 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
If he doesn't hit a home run here, he's not getting down tonight.
He has to unload the dishwasher.
That's right. Oh, come on, William. Oh. That sucks.
That was a tough pitch to hit.
Man, come on, William.
Tell us how you really feel.
I know, right? Jeez.
That was an 85-mile-an-hour bender. That was. That was a really good pitch.
Daddy's not too happy when he watches it go right down the middle. Oh, trying to hit one to Mom. Let me tell you something. If he does get a hit or make a great defensive play, you know what he'll say? Did you video it? 100%.
I've already got my hand on the volume to ready to turn that down in case he does. I know Mom screams.
Oh. You know what? I'm very calm when I watch my kids, believe it or not. Because I've been around enough fans.
You've been around it, yep.
I'm just very quiet and I just watch. It's very, I don't know, relaxing at times, I guess.
This is not the same scale, but my wife with 7-year-old basketball, my wife is very, very loud. And she always said, "Oh, I'm not going to be the loud mom." I think she's the loudest.
Well, she's also inside. That's
hard.
That's
true. That carries.
Oh, Liam. Sheesh. That's, well, all right. Live and learn, right? You take those opportunities and you learn.
22-1, Pitt leads.
Three-game set this weekend at Cincinnati. It's going to be massive for West Virginia's RPI number. Then at Penn State, which has the potential to turn into, I believe, a quad one game for West Virginia. Then Kansas State back here at home. And Marshall, that game in Charleston, West Virginia. So Penn State and Marshall, both of those teams, West Virginia plays a three-game set with one home, and then a neutral. And then Kansas on the road for West Virginia. And a new pitcher for West Virginia, 45, David Perez, freshman from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. 6 saves on the year for Perez.
You know, Perez had been in that that quote-unquote closer role, and yet the last several times he's come in, it's not been. Any thoughts as to how difficult that might be for him to accept that role and then yet come into games that it's like this, 22-1?
I think it would be tougher if he was in a, let's call it a 22-1 game, to come out of the bullpen in those games and then be thrust upon a closer role than the other way around. I would think that a guy that's been in those tight games, those closer roles, I think this is more of one of those, get out there, put some work in, because his last couple of outings have been a little shaky. He hasn't completed an inning yet in his last couple of outings, so this might be one of those, hey, get out there, we need some strikes, get out there, fill up the zone. What's the worst that could happen situation?
And a full count on Sebastian, who has hit 2 home runs in this game. It has 5 RBIs leadoff walk. He had a pinch hitter. Jackson Cook from the land of 10,000 lakes.
Number 55, Jackson Cook, now batting for Pitt.
We've talked a number of times about the 7 grand slams hit by Pitt. Cook has hit one of them. And Jackson Cook, 5 home runs this year. Listen to this. He has 9 hits, 5 home runs. Am I looking at that right?
Well, if that is right, and if my math is right, then over half of his hits are home runs.
56% of them. Gravlin stepped back initially and the ball drops in. No way that Matt could get there, and so shortstop Mazie tried to make the play, and there's 2 men on, nobody out. 22-1. Pitt is leading. And now Legenza to bat, pinch hit. Mason Legenza.
Number 7, Mason Legenza.
He has 3 hits and 2 home runs. (22-1). Base hit into right center field. Piscacrita scores 23-1. Cook to second. The RBI double for Legenza. And nobody out at the top of the 6th inning.
Number 12, Derek Tarpley Jr. into the game for Pitt.
And now Derek Tarpley to pinch hit. Batting for Nestler. Tarpley has 12 hits, 4 home runs. Second and third, nobody out. By the way, A.J. Nestler tonight was 2 for 5 and had 5 RBIs. One ball, 2 strikes. And now 2-2. One out. And that'll bring up Jake Kendrow to bat. That for Doolin.
Number 4, Jake Kendrow, now batting for Pitt.
Second and third, 1 out. 23-1. Pitt leads. And 1-1. And 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitt scored 1 run in the first, 7 runs in the second, 8 runs in the third, 3 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth, and 1 here in the sixth. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 on. 1 out. 2 outs.
Zach Walsh pinch hitting here in Carrier's 3 spot.
Randy Mazey going to the mound. Walsh for Carrier today, officially 2 for 3 with a home run. It was his home run is the 3rd batter of the game that put Pitt up 1-0.
And it's Max Stifler coming out of the West Virginia bullpen. Perez limited to 20 pitches in this outing.
Let's see, Stifler will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th pitcher of the game for West Virginia. 23-1 Pitt.
Number 46, Max Stifler.
Our kids are growing. And growing. And growing. But growing up doesn't always come easy. So we'll grow with them. Grow our skills, grow our reach, until all our kids get to grow up healthy. Growing up doesn't stop, not for one moment. And neither do we.
We're gonna make it. The NCAA, driving change to do more for today's student athletes. The NCAA programs deliver $4 billion in scholarships every year. Those D1 scholarships are now guaranteed. Health and well-being services are mandatory. Student athletes get tutoring as well as financial literacy coaching because almost everyone is going pro in something other than sports. The NCAA, driving change to do more for today's student athletes.
Max Stifler on for West Virginia, the 6'7" sophomore from Hagerstown, Maryland. 7th appearance on the year. And I don't believe any of those are starts. I believe those are all out of the pen. Yeah, they are all out of the bullpen. And a big righty who can run it up to 95 as a sophomore for West Virginia.
Well, the Pitt Panthers with this big lead after today, the weekend series at home against Virginia. Have you been to Cost Field?
No, I have not.
Really impressive facility up there on the hill.
Yeah.
The University of Pittsburgh campus. Climb up to past the Peterson Event Center, and then
whenever we played Pitt in 2009, I think was the last time I was there. It was at Tree Stadium behind, what was that, UPMC up there, I believe. I can't remember. It's been a long time.
Here's Walsh now batting with runners at second and third, a run in. And the count 2-0. The home of the Pitt Panthers, now up the hill from where Forbes Field was in Oakland. Forbes Field, the home of the Pirates from 1909 until late June of 1970. Yes, it was in the middle of the '70 season that the Pirates moved from Forbes to Three Rivers. 2-1 pitch. 3-1. Pitt 23 runs on 13 hits. There have been a plethora of free passes, walks, and hit batsmen, and here's another base on balls. And he'll bring up Wagner. Wagner 1 for 2. No, it's not Wagner, excuse me. Anthony LaSala is the pinch hitter.
Number 6, Anthony LaSala, is the hitter for Pittsburgh.
6th consecutive pinch hitter.
Have to get an extra set of eyes to help us find the defensive changes.
In for a strike. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And the 0-2 pitch. Low and outside. And 2-2. Bases loaded, 2 outs, a run in, and the 2-2 pitch. Foul back.
You know, these situations have changed with technology as well, because typically before technology, those shadow zone balls, the ones that are an inch or you know, a 1 ball, 2 ball off the plate in this situation usually goes down to strikes. But considering each umpire gets judged on their ball strike, correct call percentage, those are no longer a thing.
And what a night for Brian DeBrevar, the home plate umpire, not only being called upon to call a lot of pitches, takes a foul ball off the mask. And full count.
Well, prior to this at-bat, West Virginia pitchers had thrown 199 pitches. And Pitt pitchers just 93.
Bases loaded, 2 outs, 23-1 Pitt. One run on 2 hits, 3 left on. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Pitt 23, West Virginia 1.
and there are a load of defensive changes, and Lanny is going to walk you through all of those.
Oh my gosh, after all I've meant to you, after all I've done for you, that's the way you're going to treat me. Huh? I can give you some of them, okay?
All right, so
I'm working. Cook is at first base.
Okay.
All right, and Kendro is at shortstop.
Okay.
And LaSala is at third. And Lagenza is in left.
Okay.
Number 51, Colton Sims, is the hitter for West Virginia.
See, one of the challenges is that Pitt's road uniforms, or the ones that they're wearing tonight, do not have numbers on the front.
Ah, okay. Well, it does look like Piscreta is still behind the plate because it's a double-digit number that starts with 1 and ends with either a 0 or an 8. And Piscreta is number 18.
See, we could use the center field camera to spot numbers for us, but that camera needs to be.
Yes.
I mean, that's really an important camera for this shot right here.
The most important one. Tarpley is in center. Did we get that one?
No, that's good. Thank you.
Yeah. And
Walsh and right.
Walsh and right. And then we got Miller at second, right? Gavin Miller.
No, I didn't have that. Is that
okay? Yes.
Miller at second.
Gavin Miller at second.
With Colton Sims batting and becoming the first out of the bottom of the 6th inning. And Brody Kresser. There's a special door prize for the player that stays in the game for the entirety of the game. Did you know that?
There is.
Yeah, there's a door prize.
Who has to provide that?
Who? Well, I hadn't thought about that.
I want to know. Every game, every home game, West Virginia has a promotion that the person that guesses the 7th inning stretch wins a prize. The time of the 7th inning stretch.
Right. Are we going to get to that?
Who in their right mind would guess whatever it is going to be?
Oh, good point. Walsh lunging forward to make the catch 2 down.
I mean, who is going to come into into the ballpark, see the promotions table, and whenever they say, oh, if you write down on this piece of paper what time you think the 7th inning stretch is, if you win, you get X prize. Who is going to write down 10:30?
Not going to be 10:30.
I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it is. That's
it's 9:30 now.
It's not far off.
And here's Erdos. So we started this game with a young man from Butler, Pennsylvania on the mound for Pitt. And now Creed. No, this is
this is Melissa.
The scoreboard screwed me up. I'm sorry.
Melissa.
It's Melissa.
So young man from Pullman, West Virginia.
Graveline on deck. And it turns out to be a 1-2-3 bottom of the 6th. After 6.
And a reminder that beer sales will soon
Pitt
WVU Athletics.
23.
The air feels different on fall Saturdays in West Virginia. Familiar roads lead us on early morning drives to a place where we feel alive. And traditions bring together a fierce fan base, united by the same passion, West Virginia football. As West Virginia's bank, we've been there and will continue to be there. United Bank, proud to be united with the Mountaineers.
Hi, we're WVU. You probably know us for screaming. And yeah, we're pretty good at it. But here, it's more than a chant. It's our celebration of innovation.
Let's go.
Our rallying cry for community.
Let's go!
And honestly, it's just our way of life. So whether you're chasing big dreams or just chasing sunsets.
Let's go!
NCAA athletes don't just compete, they make history. Representing our nation with pride and excellence, they bring home the hardware. Our college campuses serve as training grounds for the next generation of stars. Catch tomorrow's Olympians and Paralympians on the NCAA Championship stage today.
Now, normally, Lanny,
yes,
somebody might see this graphic coming back and say, oh, great. What a great weekend for Pitt in their 3-game series against whatever team. No, that is today. 23 runs, 13 hits, 5 home runs, 14 walks, 6 for 15 runners in scoring position, 2 for 3 with bases loaded. Again, that would be a great weekend series stat line. All of that. But that is just in the last 3 hours. And West Virginia has brought on a new pitcher, Joshua Sergal, sophomore from Little River, South Carolina, transfer from Hawaii.
And Gavin Miller to bat here. Miller out of West Allegheny. And Miller previously at Auburn. I was commenting earlier in the game about the 2 times that Pitt and West Virginia met last year. In Morgantown, West Virginia won 11-1, and the game was stopped after 8 innings. And then the game at Pitt won 10-9. Pitt scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning. This is the guy that brought home the game winner for Pitt that day. McCaskey on deck. And ball 4. Did that graphic that we just showed a few moments ago, did that have the number of walks received by Pitt in this game?
Yes,
Did
it
it?
did, yes. That number. That number is 15, now 16. And there's also been 4 Pitt players hit by pitch as well. There you go. 15 walks and updated as well. Great job, Truck.
McCaskey 2 for 5. So to answer Tyler Barnett's question, we're going to check with Tom Steele and find out who did guess something after 9:35.
It is whoever is standing next to the promotions table, because they know that they are the only person in this ballpark that guessed anything close to 10 o'clock.
And 1 away. Yeah, Sebastian's a candidate for the door prize.
Number 18, Sebastian Pisabrita.
Secreta has 2 home runs in the game. Almost every college team has, they provide you with a whole bunch of notes. And one of the common pages on the note sheets is the last time this happened. One, 4, 3 double play. I was going to bring up the last. When was the last time a Pitt Panther hit 3 home runs in a game? We don't need that anymore. Bottom of the 7th coming up. The time of the 7th inning stretch, 9:36. Now, last chance here for West Virginia. You know, it's kind of a special night for me. I must tell you that I'm so thrilled that my grandson Spencer drove down today from Ohio to be with me tonight, and it was very, very touching of me to know that my grandson cares that much about me to come on down here, and also. Spencer's good buddy, Bailey Yoakum. Bailey, move forward a little bit here. See,
Here, Spencer, come up here.
No, forget Spencer, but Bailey's from West Virginia. Where in West Virginia?
What is it, Clarksburg?
I know we can't hear her.
Clarksburg?
Yeah, that area?
Yeah, just down, there's an airport there. It's about 45 minutes south.
You mean that CKB?
That's CKB. That's Clarksburg Airport.
I know where it is. I've been there.
Yeah.
I flew out of there with the West Virginia basketball team once.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Was that with the Wright brothers?
No, we had.
No?
You know, we were on one of those planes that it was a charter plane that was made especially for basketball teams.
Oh, okay, cool.
You know, with the extra leg room. So Gravelin's got a chance to get the door prize. He's been around for the entire part of this get-together. And so is Brock Wills.
Yeah.
And Brody Kresser.
Number 16, Brock Wills.
Well, our thanks to Mike Bell for joining us tonight, to Randy Mazey, who joined us this evening, and of course the talented Amanda Mazey filling us in with some important aspects of the game. Mike Bell, good friends with Rangers coach Mike Sullivan.
The Pirates playing the Rangers tonight, I believe. Oh, you're talking about
Yeah,
hockey.
Different
hockey.
Rangers, yeah.
Hockey Rangers. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Mike Sullivan, Penguins coach. Penguins
was.
Well, Penguins not.
Now 3-0.
Not making people very happy right now.
And Erdos in the on-deck circle.
I chose not to watch the Penguins game last night. Just for my happiness and sanity.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I did watch the game, and Sean McDonough does a fabulous job covering,
he is,
calling
he is
hockey.
the best.
Three and two. You ever want to do something really fun?
Always.
Is turn on your closed caption during a hockey game.
Oh, my closed captions are on all the time.
Oh, they are?
All the time. Every TV in the house, it's on constantly.
Well, is that, does that say something about you?
Well, it's because my house is so loud. I have 3 boys between ages 2 and 7, and they communicate in grunts and screams. So in order to be able to pay attention to anything and know what's going on, you have to have the closed captioning on.
Okay. Here's Creed Erdos now, 2 down. Well, a lot of folks came out to see this ball game tonight. It just did not turn out to be, from particularly the West Virginia standpoint, a fun night. And right from the start, third batter of the game, Lorenzo Carrier hit a home run, his 15th of the year and his 31st of his college career. Carrier 9 home runs to 2 years with Miami, and now 22 home runs in his 2 years at Pitt. And then Pitt went out to an 8-0 lead with 7 runs in the top of the second, 8 runs in the third, 3 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth, and 1 in the sixth. And so the Pitt Panthers storm into Morgantown, West Virginia, and totally dominate the Mountaineers.
From the start, 5 minutes in, and Carrier had that solo home run to left, and Pitt just never looked back. Rattled off a 7-run second, 8-run third, and 3-3-1. The only blank being the 7th inning.
So we thank you for joining us for our broadcast tonight. And on behalf of our entire crew and Tyler and Amanda, we bid you a good night. All events airing on ESPN Plus or streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. Pitt, 23 runs, 13 hits. West Virginia, 1 run on 2 hits. And good night from the Kendrick Family Ballpark.